Hi guys, in this video we will see how to set up this Prescripto full stack project. So when you download the file, you will get these two zip files. So if you want to run the front end part of this project only, then you can run this project. But in this video we are going to set up this Prescripto full stack app. To set up this, first we will double click on this file. So here we have this folder named Prescripto. Now we will copy this folder to the desktop. So as you can see here we got this folder Prescripto. Now we have to open this folder in VS Code editor. To open this folder in VS Code, simply right click on this, so more options, open with code. So as you can see here we have three folders named admin, backend and frontend. Now to run this project, first we have to set up the backend of this project. So we will come to this backend folder and here we will right click on it and here we will open it in the integrated terminal. So as you can see here we got the Prescripto folder and the backend folder. Now here we have to install the dependencies for this project. For that here we will simply write npm install. After that we will hit enter, so it will install all the dependencies for the project. Now after this, here we have one environment variable. So in this environment variable, first we have to set up the MongoDB, then we have to set up the Cloudinary, then we can run our backend project. And if we want the support of payment gateways like Razorpay or Stripe, then you can add this Razorpay key ID secret from the Razorpay dashboard or Stripe secret key from the Stripe dashboard. So these two steps are optional. If you want to add payment integration, then you have to add these keys. So let's set up the MongoDB in our project. To do that, simply we will come to our web browser. Now inside this, first we will search for MongoDB Atlas and here we will open this website. Now after this, here we will click start free. So now you have to sign up on this MongoDB page. You can also use this Google option here. So I already have an account, so I will log in with that account. So if you got this screen, just select remind me later. Now after the successful sign in, we will come to this page. Now here we have to create one cluster. So to create the cluster, we will click on this create button. Now after this, we have to select this M0 free server. After that, you can select any of the three providers. So I am going to use Google Cloud. Now select the nearest region so the latency will be less. Now after this, we will name this cluster cluster 0. Now let's click on create deployment. Now here we have to create one username and password. So let's select the username GreatStack. And here we will use password GreatStack123. Now after this, click on this create database user. So now our database user has been created. Now after creating the user, we will close this window. So as we can see here our cluster is being created. Till then, we will come to this network access. Now here in network access, our current IP address get listed automatically. So whenever we try to access our database, only these IPs can access that database. Now our IP address is dynamic, which change every time. So in that case, we will add one rule here. So here we add 0.0.0.0. After that, we will click on confirm button. So whenever we include this IP, then we can access this database from any IP address. Now we can remove this IP from here. So let's delete it. Now after this, let's go to database. So here our cluster has been created. Now we have to click on this connect button. After this, we will select driver. Now from here, we will copy this MongoDB URI. So let's copy it. Now we will come to this VS Code editor, and here we will paste this URI. Now as we can see here we have to provide the password which we created in the MongoDB page. So here we provide our password. Now after adding password, let's save this file. Now after this, we have to set up this Cloudinary. Now to set up this Cloudinary, first we will come to web browser, and here we will search for Cloudinary. Now after that, we will come to this link cloudinary.com. Now here we have to create one account. If you already have an account, you just have to log in here. Now you can log in with Google also. Now after login, you have to come to the dashboard, and in the dashboard here we have this cloud name, as you can see here. So first we have to copy this cloud name. So here we will paste this Cloudinary name. Now after this, we need Cloudinary API key. We will click on this go to API key option. Now here you can create a new API key by using this button. But I already had created API key, so I am going to use that. So first you have to copy this API key from here. So here we will remove this text, and here we will paste this Cloudinary API key. Now after this, we need Cloudinary secret key. We will click on this I button, and here we have to add one email confirmation code which we will receive on the email address. So let's open our Gmail. As we can see here, we are getting one confirmation code here. Now here we will copy this code and we will paste it inside this box. So here we are getting this API secret. So let's copy it from this copy button. Now from here we will remove this text, and here we will paste this Cloudinary secret key. Now here the Razorpay integration and Stripe integration is optional to run this project. Now we have added the Cloudinary and MongoDB. Now let's run our backend. Now to run the backend, here we have to simply write npm run server. As you can see here, our server is started on port 4000, and here we got the message database connected. Now after this, let's close this file, and now we have to run this admin panel. Now to run this admin panel, we simply open this admin panel in the integrated terminal. So here we have now two terminals. In the first one, we are running this backend, and in this second terminal, we will run our admin frontend project. For that, first we will write npm install here. So it will install all the dependencies needed for this project. Now after this, let's run this project. To run this project, here we write npm run dev. So now we are getting this port number 5174 in which our admin panel is running. So let's click on this link and let's open it in our web browser. So as you can see, we are on the admin panel, and here we have the admin login component. Now here we have to provide the admin email and password to login. To get the email ID and password, we will simply open backend folder. Here we have one env file. Here in this env file we have this admin email and password. So let's copy it from here and we will paste it in this email field. Let's copy this password also, and here in this password field we will paste it. Now let's click on this login button. So as you can see, we are on the admin panel, and here we have dashboards, appointments, add doctor option and doctor list. So we just set up the MongoDB, that's why our data is empty. So now we have to add doctors using this add doctor options. So let's click on this picture. So we will come to our project folder, Prescripto Frontend SRC Assets. So here we have multiple doctors pictures. So let's select this doctor. Now here we have to provide the name. So let's add the name. Now after adding the name, we will select the specialty. Now after this, here we have to add doctor email. So here we will add this email, richard@prescripto.com. Here we have to provide degree. So let's add MBBS. Now we have to set the password for this doctor login. So let's provide one password here. Now here we have to add the address. And in this second one, here we will paste this address. Now here we have to provide the fees of this doctor. So let's add $40. Now here we have to select experience. So let's select 4 year. So now here we have to provide some details about this doctor. So here we will simply paste this text. Now let's click on this add doctor button. So as you can see, here we got one message, doctor added. Now if we open doctor list, so as you can see, here we are getting this doctor. Now let's come to VS Code editor. So here we are running backend and admin. Now we will run our front-end project. So to run the front-end project, so we will simply open an integrated terminal in this front-end folder. So here we are on the Prescripto folder, front-end folder. Now here we have to install the dependencies. So here we write npm install. So all the dependencies has been installed. Now we have to run this project. To run this project, here we simply write npm run dev and we will hit enter. So now our front-end project has been started on this port. So let's open this address in our web browser. So as you can see, our front-end is running, and here we are getting this doctor which we recently added from the admin panel. Now let's click on this create account button and let's create one account. So here we will provide full name Great Stack. Here we add one email. So let's add one email. Now after this, here we will add one password. Now let's click on this create account button. So now our account has been created. So as you can see, here we have the my profile. Now from here we can edit these details like phone number, address, gender and birth date. And from here we can upload a new picture also. So let's select this picture. Now let's save the info. So as you can see, our profile has been updated, and here we have this new image. Now let's come to home, and here we will book one appointment. So let's click on this doctor. Here we will select this date, time 11 AM, and let's click on this book an appointment. Now here our appointment has been booked. Now if we come to the admin panel, and here if we click on this appointment, so here we are getting this appointment. Now after this, let's click on this logout button, and here we can log in to the doctor account also. So from here we will switch this doctor login, and here we have to provide the doctor email. After that, here we have to add password. Now let's click on this login button. So as you can see, now we are on the doctor panel. Now from here we can see the dashboard. So here we are getting this new appointment. Here we have this appointment where payment is cash, and if we click on this pay online button, so here we can select Stripe or Razorpay to pay. then this payment will get converted in online state. Now if we click on this action tick, so it will mark the appointment completed. And in the dashboard, as we can see, for this appointment we get earning of $40, which is the price of the doctor appointment. So let's suppose if you are using Stripe and don't want to use Razorpay, then you can hide this Razorpay option. To hide that Razorpay option, first we have to come to front end folder, SRC. Here we will open pages, my appointments pages, and here we come to the UI part of this page. So as you can see here, we have two buttons, first with appointment Stripe and second is appointment Razorpay. So let's suppose if you have to hide this Stripe option, you just have to comment this line. Now after this, let's save this file and let's come to our web browser. So let's book one new appointment. So here we are getting this pay online button. So let's click on it. So here now we are getting only Razorpay option. So here we have successfully set up this Prescripto full stack application. So if you have any queries regarding the setup, so you can comment that problem in the comment section. And thank you for watching this video.